All right, here we are again. We have Ashley here, wifey, mama, and Marine veteran. You are married to another service member, another Marine, got out
Yeah,
as captain, combat engineer, and you have two littles and a little one on the way.
correct.
Oh, and they're the cutest kids, y'all. Like, if you could see them, they were little besties with my kids and just like running around and so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so that's kind of the intro. Do you, so what is a random fact about yourself that you'd like to share?
Ooh, random fact. Um, that's a hard one.
Okay, or we'll circle back at the end.
Yeah.
Whenever anybody asks me that too, I never have a random fact or like a cool like skill or anything. I'm just like, I don't have anything.
I guess a hobby of mine is like I knit and crochet.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wish I had known that. Leilani like wants to get into knitting and crocheting. And I'm like, I'd love to get into it with you too, but I know nowhere to start. So I know
Yeah.
it's a cliche, but are you knitting anything for your newest little one on the way?
Oh yes, I've already made a hat, some booties, a blanket,
Oh,
all of that stuff. So I did that for all of them.
yeah, yeah. That's amazing. So they each have their own special stuff.
Yes.
That's adorable. Oh, I die. So, Ashley, again, thanks for joining us. What did your morning look like today? Was it a disaster? Like, was it just coffee and sunrise?
Ooh,
Elaborate.
today.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, one of my kids did not want to sleep last night, so it was a lot of waking up throughout the night, and then I did not want to get up this morning when the other one was ready to get up. So it was, but I've kind of gotten used to that. So it was wake up, make kids breakfast, and try to sit on the couch and take a second while they eat.
And like just be so ready for them to go back down for a nap.
Oh yes, just got one of them down.
Oh, did you really?
Yes.
That's awesome. And so let's yeah, we don't want to, take up too much of your time, especially you're like balancing like nap time and stuff like that. So totally get it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll just kick off with straight into like wifey. So how did you two meet? Like what was your love story? Was it like love in a hopeless place, aka
I
TPS?
guess if you count TBS as a hopeless place.
Yes.
So that's where we actually met. We were in the same platoon, the same squad actually. And we were just friends, throughout TBS. And then that last month, um, a lot of us friends just started going to concerts and stuff together and hanging out a lot more, and we grew closer together and started dating.
Oh
So
my gosh. So like during the war, like when did you go to TBS?
uh 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2016. And then like were you doing the war during like the cold time or was it hot out?
It was hot out, so we did
Oh,
range week in the cold.
oh
That
God.
was, yeah,
Miserable.
totally.
Yeah, so I
uh,
guess then you'd have at least a good excuse of like, oh, it's just so cold out. That's why I'm just a marksman.
right, right.
Now, how would he describe you? Not like your TBS description, because I'm sure that is very different than, now.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's kind of stuck with his same thing from the beginning. So he kind of tells me, I didn't make sense to him at first, because I was someone who, when I took the uniform off, I'd wear dresses and I'd get all dolled up and I'd
Yeah.
be all girly. And then I could hang, with the guys in the field. So my translation of that from him is like you're beautiful, you're still womanly, but you're stronger than a lot of people that I know, even guys. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how he puts it. So.
Oh, and I know you're just like, yeah, that's right.
And don't forget it. No.
Yeah, don't forget it. Um, so what's a challenge that you guys have faced that you come out stronger, would you say?
Ooh, once we had kids and we were both active, that was really hard to kind of find a new balance, you know? Um, so that was just all of that, really. New
Yeah.
routines, like merging, um, like lifestyle, like different backgrounds, you know, and how to raise our
Mhm.
children and just finding that balance once we added kids into the mix.
I know it's crazy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a completely different, because before it was like, okay, well, what are we gonna, where are we gonna eat tonight, or what are we gonna watch tonight, or what date do you want this weekend? And then it turns into
Right.
this logistics.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, yeah. Then it's like we've really got to plan for this. Like, what? Who's picking up the
Yeah.
kids? Like.
Yeah. Who's picking up the kid? Like with both of us active, it's just like, okay, like we have to work around. And I think at one point when our first got sick and he couldn't go to daycare, it was like literally a trade-off. Okay, you work this day, I'll work the next day. You work. So,
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of dual active couples have to end up doing. Or I mean, I guess dual working too. Like, okay,
Right.
port and starboard, if you will. Okay, I'm gonna do this day, you do this day. Like we gotta work it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then how do you guys like divvy up your chores or like your tasks at home? Like is somebody more of like the administrator side of it, or like laundry is like, your pride and joy, or
So I have told him from the beginning of our relationship, I will never do his laundry.
yeah.
I don't know why. That is the thing for me. I'm like, you do your own laundry. And whenever we had kids, I was like, I'll take on the kid laundry, like, but I'm not doing yours. I'm the cook as well. I enjoy it. And I won't touch the grill though. I refuse. I'm like, I'll touch every other machine in the kitchen. You do the grill.
Yeah, you do the grill. Is it every grill, or is it like charcoal or gas or just grilling? You're like, no way.
Oh, we've had all of them. Yeah, I think right now we have a charcoal one, but we have had the propane, all of it, a smoker, all of it. Nope, don't touch it.
Yeah.
um,
So like
yeah,
with cooking, I mean, I know your two littles, I won't put their names out there, but they they're old enough. I would say little C is old enough to kind of have like requests for food. And so you're like the cook of the family. Does he have a special
yeah.
dish that he loves that you make?
I wouldn't say he has a special dish, but that boy, he will eat any like fruit, and he loves vegetables. So I'm like, okay, you don't want like hamburger. He won't eat mac and cheese or chicken nuggets, but he
That's
will
not a
eat
bad problem.
any vegetable or fruit. So that's kind of what he does.
Yeah, we've definitely had the kids like eating like snacks together, like fruits and vegetables.
Yes, yes. We just bring
Yeah.
out a tray, like, okay.
Yes, yes.
It's easier
Yeah, she's
and
definitely
it's
like,
fresh. So
yes.
yeah.
It's amazing. The mama thing. Yeah, so we've like made like just beautiful segue into like being a mama. When was a moment that you thought, yeah, I'm crushing this mom thing. Like I am killing it.
Um, let's see. Probably I had a pretty like glorious day because I was so nervous after I had my second, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be home alone with two kids. Um, but I I think that day I like managed to get her down for a nap, and the other kid was happy. Everyone was fed. The house was semi clean. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. Two kids, no problem. Yeah.
And then did they like humble you later that night or what?
Oh, it was like I think I actually took a video of it, like, look at this, look what I did, and sent it to my husband at work. And then it was like maybe less than 30 minutes later, it was like everyone was screaming.
Did you get a video of that one too? That's
No, no.
oh
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Um, and then if your meals aren't prepped, like I don't know if you guys are really meal preppers per se, um, but just say you don't have anything ready, right? And you
Mhm.
have to whip something up. Like, what's your go-to?
Um, Honestly, I keep frozen pizzas in the freezer.
Mm,
But if I had to like actually cook something, we do kind of like this taco pasta thing.
okay.
It's We usually use ground turkey, like a can of beans, corn, diced tomatoes, and some type of pasta. And you literally just throw it all in a pot and it's ready in like 15, 20 minutes max.
Nice. Taco pasta. Huh.
Yes.
We're gonna have to try that. Like, it sounds easy and tasty.
Yes.
Uh, that little one over there. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
who are you talking to? Can I see?
Right.
What's your favorite holiday tradition that you guys share?
I am also a big baker, so we always make like every single type of cookie around Christmas time.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes, snickerdoodles, chocolate chip is my favorite, but like double chocolate chip, um, all of the cookies, sugar cookies, except for gingerbread, I guess. I have not tried to master that. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
But we make tons of cookies.
Oh my God. Okay, so we'll kind of like move on into the marine portion of this. Save the best for last question mark. So why did you join?
um, so I actually grew up with my mom in Oklahoma, but my dad was in the Navy. Um, so after college and everything, I actually moved out and spent some time with him and my stepmom and brothers, and
Mhm.
just kind of like I hadn't really been exposed to that life too much, but just like the sense of patriotism and just the family history there.
Okay.
I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I think this is something I do want to do. So
Hmm. That's amazing.
yeah,
Then, so who would you say is your biggest cheerleader? Like when you,
definitely my dad and my stepmom.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think was your best thing about the military? Like being able to look back with like rose-colored glasses. What?
Um, Honestly, just getting to know the young Marines like one on one. Like I really enjoyed being a platoon commander and getting to lead them and just their eagerness, and just getting to see like what they're willing to do and um stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was really good. Platoon commander is definitely the best time overall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a crazy time, right? Like it's like so fulfilling.
Oh
At the
yeah.
same time, you're like, what? What is going on?
Yes.
Like some of the things Marines get into, you're like, no way. Like that can't be real. And
Oh
but it's
yeah.
real.
I felt like I had kids before I had kids, but it
Oh,
was it was a good experience.
yeah, 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 100%. And like getting to see them grow up, like before
Yeah.
your eyes, like go from like an 18-year-old, 18, 19, just full of
Hmm.
foolishness and shenanigans and buffoonery, and then, NCOs and everything like that. It's pretty cool.
Right.
You're
And
right.
step up to the plate. It's really cool.
Hmm. And so, so you had command, you had platoon commander, and then, when it was time to transition, how did you know it was the time? What were some of the factors that went into your decision making for that?
To transition out.
Yep.
Um, so it was really just kind of like a discussion between me and my husband. Like, um, we actually made a decision probably uh almost a year beforehand because we were like, do we want more kids? Do we want to do this whole dual active with more kids? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just kind of like a life discussion as well. It's like, what do we want to balance or not? So we made a decision. Like I probably could have done one more tour, but with with expecting a second child, we were like, yeah, I don't know if this is like this balancing thing. Like we had the opportunity and just wanted to stay home with the kiddos.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard to put a price or that's not the word I'm looking for. I mean, that's just an amazing thing to be able to stay home with them, right?
right. And it's just like if you can afford that opportunity, like it's just awesome. So, and because it was like one of the hardest things going back. I love the Marine Corps and I was excited to go back, but man, those daycare drop offs, they're rough.
Yeah, like don't miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least not on a time hack, like if you can like leisurely like get a break and take them to daycare every now and then, it's like, okay,
Right. Right.
Yeah, especially some of those early mornings, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, oh, it's a hike this morning and we both have to go, or it's just like,
Yes, like 2, 3 a.m. and you're like, I
right.
gotta get the kid ready by myself today. Or
Why?
vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was something that the Marine Corps taught you that you want to share with everyone, looking back on it, as you are now on the civilian side and being able to look out from the outside, not really the outside, but, pseudo outside looking in, what can
Yeah.
you say was something that you learned?
Um, for me personally, just kind of learned not to underestimate myself and just kind of trust myself more and know that I like, you're capable of more than what you realize, kind of thing.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like a lot of us probably have that imposter syndrome almost of like, am I good enough? Am I worthy enough?
Yeah, definitely.
And you're like, oh
But
no, I've got it.
yeah, yeah, that changes near the end of like each tour, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, like I did that. I did that. And like,
Mhm.
you have like people coming to you for advice on things and you're like, oh, I guess I'm that person now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I I guess I am a real adult in the room now.
Yeah.
So what do you see yourself doing in 10 years then? Like in an ideal world, if you could just like craft it however you wanted, what would you see yourself doing?
um, I think I've kind of looked at this a lot of different ways and just kind of where life is headed. My husband and I have talked a lot about homeschooling our kids, so
Okay.
it's like quite a few more years home for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
homeschool. That's exciting.
yeah. Ooh, I'm still nervous, and we haven't officially hit the nail on the head with that, but
Right.
that's kind of what we're looking at.
Well, I guess you still have a
'Cause-
few years. You got a couple
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah. So that's kind of where we're headed right now. I kind of looked at like going doing master's programs and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
that'll probably be even further down the road.
Yeah. Well, one class at a time, girl, right? Like
Exactly.
just knock it out one at a time and eventually you'll be like, oh my gosh, it's finished. Wow, good.
Right. Just be in school with my kids.
Yeah, yeah. I guess the nice thing with homeschooling, right, is like worst case scenario, you have a fallback plan of like they could always go to school.
Yes. Always have that option.
Yeah, and then, take a break and you can always go back to homeschooling.
Right.
That is super cool. I'm really excited for you guys. For those that don't know, which most people wouldn't know that are listening to this, we were neighbors in Okinawa, and Nick and I got the quick PCS, and Ashley and her family were in transition also with deployed spouse and littles and everything like that. So, we were kind of like ships crossing in the night and not able to say a proper
I
goodbye.
know.
I know, like, and Ileana still talks about you guys, and
No.
it's really, really cute.
Yes, I know. Corbin's always like, "Oh, I miss my friends." Like, I know.
Yeah, yeah, but you guys will be back soon,
Yeah,
so
looking forward to it.
yeah, that's gotta be. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but it's like happy to be with your family, but then it's also, you've gotten used to having your own household and
Yes. Oh my
doing things
gosh.
a certain
I'm
way,
nearing
which
the end here and it's killing me. Yes, yes, definitely. It's a hard balance. It is.
yeah, yeah, it's you're grateful and thankful, but then you're also like, oh my gosh.
Yes, that is exactly it.
Yep, 100%. Just know that I will keep you in my thoughts.
Thank you.
Yeah, but again, thank you so much for doing this with me. I hope that this adds value to other people. Do you have any saved rounds? Anything that you wish I'd asked you but didn't?
Let's see.
I know I put you on the spot again. Should I
I
ask you
know, that's
your
what I
random
wanted
practice?
to know.
You have pregnancy brain, so I'll give you an out.
Right. The one thing kind of like I guess I kind of hit it with something I learned from the military, but like one of the biggest challenges was just overcoming like my own fears and like self-doubt and stuff like that. So just like I said, going back to that, like not underestimating yourself and um stuff like that. So
All
yeah.
right. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. It was good talking to you.
It was great talking to you too. Good luck with post nap time. Hopefully they got all the sleep that they lacked. Well,
Thank
she did.
you. Yes. Yes, hopefully.
All right, and happy bringing baby Earthside. I
Ooh,
can't.
me either. I'm done.
I hear you on that.
All right.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right, bye. Hey Puffins, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to go check out our website, wifeymamamarine.com, and go follow, like, share, subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We'd love to hear from you, and let's be sure to connect. Also, feel free to nominate anyone that you think might be a good person to interview next, or submit any type of questions for an upcoming interview. Hope to hear from you soon.